Hi guys, Ronnie here. Today I want to show you a product that I have been looking forward to, and it's the Ceramicspeed UFO drip, which is proven to be the fastest drip lube in the world, and like all of the lubes that I actually use, it's Vox based, so it was quite an interesting proposition. So if you watch my channel, then you probably know that I'm a bit of a drivetrain friction geek, and the first Vox lube I have tried and used is a squirt lube, which is excellent. Now, prior to the UFO drip, it was the fastest lube out there in terms of regular drip-based lubricants, and it's quite durable, it's quite clean, and generally it's a good all-round product. You don't need to mess around with it that much, and it's very fast as well. The one problem I had with it is that even though it's much cleaner than a regular oil-based lubricant, it still builds up over time on the chain and still gets a little bit gunky. Then, as you may have known already, I switched to molten speed wax, which is a dry paraffin wax that needs to be molten, and you need to cook the chain in it basically. So this is a much more laborious process, but you get the time you spend in there back because the chain stays super clean together with the rest of your bike, and it's even a little bit faster than squirt lube itself, even though the chain gets a little bit noisy over time. So now Ceramicspeed has recently acquired Friction Facts, which was the testing facility that bore the results of the squirt lube and molten speed wax, and I chose these because of their tests. Well, now they work for Ceramicspeed, and they have worked together on developing the new UFO drip. So this is a liquid Vox-based lubricant like the squirt itself, a much more advanced formula allegedly, and they've been working on this for a very long time now. But the application is actually very similar, so you need to clean the chain of your oil. I have videos on that if you're interested. Plenty of good steps to leave your chain sparkling. Then you apply the lube, leave it to dry, and then you can ride until it needs reapplying again, and afterwards the chain shouldn't need very much cleaning. And yeah, with some manufacturers you can be a little bit skeptical when they say it's the fastest product, but actually the tests based on the friction data are extremely well documented, and they are all available on the Ceramicspeed website, and I've been checking them out in detail. And yeah, it just shows that it's the fastest lube by some margin, so probably even faster than the molten speed wax by some fractions of the watt, and you don't get the hassle that comes with the application. The main deal breaker for me, as I said, with the squirt was dirt buildup. Now they have also tested this, and the UFO drip actually gets faster as we ride it, and there's no dirt accumulation, or there shouldn't be any, just like the dry Vox. And then finally they also tested the drivetrain noise versus friction issue, because some people kept telling me that they don't want to use a Vox-based lubricant because it's noisy and that means there's friction. Well, I have always been thinking that's not the case, because the noise reduction from an oil-based lubricant comes from the damping and the internal friction of the viscosity of the fluid and the gunk that gets in there, and that's why your chain, even though it's very slow, it's very silent. And yeah, the test confirms pretty much exactly the same theory that I've thought. So yeah, it ticks all the boxes. The downside is, well, the price. It's super expensive. The speed wax isn't very cheap either, but from, let's say, half a kilo's worth of dry wax, you can do many cycles over a chain, even though you need to get perhaps an ultrasonic cleaner, some degreaser, jars for it, and then a rice cooker or a slow cooker, crock pot, whatever you like to call it. And you don't need any of that with the UFO drip, apart from the things that you need to keep your chain properly cleaned. Of course, if you apply it on a mucky chain, then it won't do much help at all. So unfortunately, the weather doesn't really allow me to properly test this. I've done one application on a clean chain, and I've done exactly one ride on it. A small issue I had in application is that the lube is extremely liquid when you put it out of the box or when you try to squirt it. So I got some on the floor, but Ceramicspeed say that you should apply it at the cassette, and then it goes onto a cassette instead of the floor, so it's not wasted. And allegedly, if there's a slight coating on a cassette, it also spreads onto a chain and you get lower friction. So I can't really comment on the dirt buildup just yet, but so far so good. So yeah, the chain is dry completely and there's no dirt at all, even though it was 1-2 hour ride on there. If you got a regular oil or even squirt in dry conditions, there would be some dirt buildup. So yeah, we'll have to see how that performs in the long run. If you don't like the idea of the hassle that comes with applying a wax, then definitely it is a very good solution. And if it keeps the drive chain as clean as a molten speed wax, then yeah, it's a very good alternative, even though I think in the long term it would come more expensive, because well, this should last roughly 200-300 kilometers based on the conditions. It's a 180 ml bottle, so quite a lot, but we'll see how long it lasts. And in terms of friction, as I said, they're pretty much on par with each other, so the best you can get as of now. So that's all good. Okay, so this was a little bit of a preview of the Ceramicspeed UFO drip. I will ride it a lot more in the coming weeks, hopefully, when the weather gets a bit warmer. I could put it on the bike I have on the turbo trainer, but that wouldn't really show any weaknesses, if there are any, in terms of dirt accumulation. If you want to know more about my bike and how it is set up and how I achieve a low drivetrain friction, then don't forget to tune into the channel and subscribe. It's all for today. Thanks for watching and see you next time.